that are doing their thing in a big way. The goal is to motivate our young adults back home to think beyond the school walls and to be motivated to be successful in their endeavors beyond high school. This guest hails from Middle Region, the Taman side, went to Marie Genevieve Primary School, then MAVO MPC, then on to school in the Netherlands where he currently resides. He started in a field most people would never connect to fashion, but that foundation gave him an unexpected edge. He's worked with molecules and models. He trained in a field where mistakes are not allowed, and now he's thriving in a world where breaking the rules often defines the job. Today, our guest is none other than John Brooks. Welcome, John.
Ms. Barry, thank you so much for having me in your program. I'm very excited to be part of this new journey.
It's good to have you. So before we dive into what you do today, let's start at the soil. How did growing up on Sint Maarten shape John Brooks?
Growing up in Sint Maarten taught me to be resilient, make the best of what you have, then you can achieve something. So growing up in Sint Maarten, I learned from a very young age that I wanted to achieve more. I also was very intrigued by what I saw abroad on TV predominantly. And I thought to myself, how great would it be to experience that in real life, For example, a little something like we call snow. Growing up in Sint Maarten, you see it on TV. So I was always intrigued to find out how does that really feel and how to experience that. So I was always busy with trying to experience stuff that as unreachable, basically. That was always like a goal. And yeah, being resilient in the fact that I know that it is possible to achieve it. I just have to apply myself and work hard, and eventually, hopefully, you will achieve it.
Did you know from early on what you wanted to do right after high school, or did it come to you just before finishing MPC?
No, actually. A little bit of the problem with the educational system at Sint Maarten, I would say, is because you have to already make this decision what you want to study at the age of like 14, 13. You have to already know what you want to become because you have to choose a sector, and then you have to also apply for the scholarship and so forth. I did not really know what I wanted to be. What I wanted to be was someone to make my parents and my family proud. That was my goal. I knew that I wanted to go abroad, so I had to really look into what was possible in regards to a scholarship. And I was always good in chemistry, biology, natuurkunde, scheikunde. So I thought to myself, I'll go, the direction of analyst because that's what the country needs, and I'll get a scholarship and I'll do that. And with this diploma, working in the medical field, my parents and my family could be proud of me. And that was why I chose the direction I chose. Did I want to be a medical analyst? No. It wasn't my goal. I always had an affiliation with art, with beautiful things. Teachers at primary school, M. Genevieve the Weaver, or even at Milton Peters College, they will tell you, John was always busy telling us, if you were dressed good that day or not. I never realized it was fashion. It's so far away. We don't have Vogues and stuff like that on Sint Maarten, So I never realized it was something. So naturally, this was already in me to work in this area of art and fashion and beauty, but I just never knew about it.
Let's go back in time. You finished your exams, you realized that you passed, it was official. You were done with MPC. Can you recall what kind of feelings or expectations you had back in that moment? Was it a feeling of relief or anxiety? And how did you handle those feelings?
When I passed, I was very happy because I was also cum laude.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Big up!
Yeah, I got the award and everything. It's in the records. You can check it. So I got the award on that day. So I knew I passed, and I knew I passed very well. For me, it was not a surprise because in order to obtain a scholarship, I was too young because you have to be 18 to obtain a scholarship. Right. Back in the days, we had SXM. I don't know what it's called now. Yeah. Did in that year. Okay. So I knew I would have passed because I applied myself, and I knew that I wanted to, I would say, get out. Yeah. I had a teacher, her name was Miss Carter. She taught at Milton Peters College, and she was the English teacher there. And one day, while I'm in the classroom, she's speaking to another student, but I'm eavesdropping because I'm nosy like that. And and she told a student, she said, I understand your situation. The student was talking about, how their life is difficult and this and that. And she said to the student, the only way out sometimes of a situation is through education. And I remember that she wasn't talking to me, but it hit me.
Right.
And that was for me, my key that I thought, there is something in what she's saying, because back in those days I would look at television. At that point we had what we call 3SCS channel 7 is the best. I don't know if you know that channel.
Channel 7, yeah. It had a 7 in a circle around it.
Exactly. And I remember seeing the Netherlands on TV, and I remember seeing a train, and I said to myself, I would like to live there. Because, mind you, I'm from Medellin. I'm from the ghetto part of Medellin. I love Medellin. I would always be in Medellin. I'm in Medellin. I'm in Sint Maarten. But I knew, looking around, that this is not what I wanted for my life. I knew I wanted something more, and I knew I had to get out. I don't come from a rich family, parents, I should say. So I knew it would not be possible for my mother to like buy me a ticket to the Netherlands or whatever. I knew this was never gonna happen. So I figured, okay, I have to do it through education, through getting a scholarship. And I knew if I wanted to get a scholarship, I have to really pass extremely well. And that's why I applied myself to doing a very good job in school. And during that year, actually, I was also competing in Carnival, because it was the junior Carnival Calypso road match. Yeah, lots of stuff. So I was competing in Carnival. I won also that the year before that, and the year. Yes.
What else? I mean, we can't expect you not to win.
It's true. Again, it literally is that. So I was competing in Carnival, and during April is also. I think right after April is the exams.
Right.
So I was studying for my exams and competing in Carnival, performing. I was doing it all at the same time, but I knew I had to do it, because I knew if I won, again, I'm also planning stuff. I knew if I won the crown again, because I'd won it 2 years before already. I won it 2002, 2003, and 2004.
But give somebody else a chance, man. Jesus Christ, man.
I swear, I found it in the records. So I won those years before, and I knew if I won again in 2004, it gives you money. In 2004, I was defending 2 crowns, because in 2003 I won both crowns at the same time. I won the Calypso and the Road Match Junior.
What was your Calypso song?
That's not what I want to be.
Okay.
It literally saying, I want to be someone in my country, someone that you can emulate. I won that year from Young Dao. He was the king for many years.
You beat the Yaks. But it's been Richard. It's all one family anyhow.
Before that, in 2002, Lady Tiffany was the queen. So it was Lady Tiffany and Young Dao in 2002 when I started. And in 2002, I won the crown from Tiffany, and I came runner-up to Dao. So I was first runner-up. And the second year when I went back in 2003, I retained my road match crown, and I won the crown from Dao.
Wow.
And then 2004, I went back again to defend both crowns while studying for the exams and trying to be a good student. I lost the road match title, but I regained the Calypso one. And I say all this to say, the reason why I was participating in those competitions was because I knew if I won, I would win money. And I know I needed money to get out of Sint Maarten.
I mean, what I get from you is you felt that you're going to be able to get out.
Yes.
Get to do, to explore different things outside of Sint Maarten and make better for yourself and your family. So it was a feeling of relief then, I think, or anticipation.
It was a feeling of relief. It was a feeling of achievement. Like, okay, this is a step towards my bigger goal. Because I literally made a plan for myself that I definitely want to be out of Sint Maarten, because I did MAVO.
Yeah.
But I could have done the HAVO easily.
Yeah.
And I remember I had a teacher. She was my French teacher, but she's a Dutch lady. And in the first year of MAVO, you can go to the HAVO. I don't know if this still is possible.
I remember that. Yeah.
And I was able to go. And I remember she sat with me. She said to me, it's better to be a great MAVO student than to go to the HAVO, and be an average or just a good HAVO student. And I was like, And then I was like, I'm still gonna go. And then she said to me, HAVO is 5 years, MAVO is 4. I said to myself, okay.
I'm sold. She motivated you the right way.
Yeah, I was like, okay, because if I take another year, then it's gonna be to me too long on Sint Maarten.
Right.
And again, I love my island, I love my country, I love my people. I think we are a strong people, we are resilient people, we are a beautiful people. But I wanted to just achieve something outside. I didn't want to just to grow, to be born, raised, and grow and not experience stuff. So that was for me to get out.
Okay. You step off the plane. You reach to Arnhem. You and your Jaji bundle. What was the first thing that happened or you experienced that made you go, bye, I am original more?
I had been to the Netherlands before. I came to the Netherlands in 2000 and on holiday in 2002. The money I won from the
Okay.
Yeah.
Resourcing that money. I like
exactly.
it. I like
The first time I won, my aunt said to me, "What do you want to do with this money?" My aunt Bunchy, love her to death. Shout out to my aunt. Had to give a little
Bunchy!
She said to me, "Okay, John, you've won this money. What do you want to do?" And I said to her, "I want to go to the Netherlands." That was the only way I would get to the Netherlands on a holiday or to see it, because I wanted to see, if I liked the space, the country. When I came in 2002 on holiday, I was in Amersfoort, which is also a small city. So Arnhem is like the same, small. It was nice because we came with students back in the days from different countries,
Right.
and we became a family. Again, I didn't have a lot of money. I literally had, some money that I won from the Calypso in my pocket. And I had a family friend, Mr. Brown. I'm not going to say your full name, but thank you. He also, when I was leaving, he put, he put something in your hand,
Yeah.
So he gave a lot of the children that came back in those days, we were from Curacao, Bonaire, and Sint Maarten. We were together. We became a family, and I had the support of them. So I didn't feel shocked by the culture because I was with my friends, and these people are still my friends today.
What about the weather? I mean, how was the adjustment for that?
I have been living here 21 years and I still ain't adjusted. Let me tell you, no, it's horrible. I honestly, that is one of the things that I really don't like about the Netherlands. It's a lot of opportunity. It has brought me a lot. I would always be thankful to the Netherlands because it really gave me a fair opportunity.
Right.
But the weather, no.
No.
Whenever the winter is coming, I always, fall into a winter depression. I want to let people know that it's okay to feel not okay sometimes. I've gotten used to it, and I don't think anyone can get used to seeing gray clouds 6 to 8 months a year. It's just not fun.
I remember when I used to go to school here in the Netherlands, not too far up the road, out of Monhuisport. That's statistically the months that's the most depressing, the most.
That way you're keeping your mind and your body strong. Tell yourself, okay, one more month, down.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 more to go. Okay,
Yeah.
So that's how I do it. And literally when spring has come, I feel like a champion because I did it. Every spring, I feel like I deserve to treat myself to a trophy.
Something like ice cream or something.
For example, yeah, whatever your trophy might be, treat yourself to that because you have overcome this. It's heavy on you. Also, find friends. Go and go outside. When you're inside and it's dark, still go outside. Try to get the fresh air.
Right.
Go and see your friends because they also sometimes going through the same thing as you. And then it could be nice that you guys can lift each other up. And of course, if your friend is negative, then get another friend, and then they could probably lift you. So that is what I would say.
So a sense of community.
You could see us like a labor office, but then in the fashion industry.
Okay.
So what we do as an agent, what I do, I'm the director, but I mean as an agent, what you do is you find someone that you think has potential or that you think can be a good match for a particular brand. This takes a particular type of eye, they call it, to understand what a particular brand needs or where a particular brand wants to go or where fashion is going. This way you can scout a particular person and then introduce them to the brand, and then hopefully it matches. That's basically how a modeling agency works. So we connect models and brands together, and indeed we work with some of the biggest brands in the world. Yeah.
So what has been your proudest moment as a business owner thus far?
The people that you met today. None of this would be possible, I believe, without my team. So if anyone asks me what I'm the most proud of, and when it comes to Brooks Modeling Agency, or even my new business that we're gonna see in a moment, my team. I care about these people that work in my office a lot. They have become my family. We spend most of my time I'm with them. So my proudest moment is when I see my team achieve, when I see my team grow, when I see, for example, that someone from my team, can buy a car or do something. To me, I'm so proud and I'm so happy when I see. Also, because most everyone that works here, I taught them the job. So when I'm seeing them booking in like a big campaign, and I see that how excited they are, it makes me happy. So
What was something that you had to learn, you were forced or confronted with, and that ended up being very important for you to be where you are today?
one of the greatest lessons that I've learned is that people like you until they don't like you. I don't know how to explain this.
I know what you mean.
I've learned that not everyone is loyal, and not because someone says they're gonna do something, or they're gonna stick that they're gonna really do that. For me, that was what I learned. It was very different. To this day, I still get shocked when people say something or do something that you like, but that's not how it was. That's not what we agreed.
How does your Caribbean, Sint Maarten roots and identity show up in how you run your business? Because you say you're proud of these guys, but you grew up in mid-region Sint Maarten. These gentlemen, I presume, did not grow up in mid-region Sint Maarten.
At
right?
all.
How does the Sint Maarten roots connect or help or influence how you do your day-to-day?
Sint Maarten is very formal in particular ways. Like, for example, when an email is being sent, like even my cousin, she works in the government the building in Sint Maarten. And when she sends an email to me, a formal email, dear sir, and very, very formal. But Sint Maarten has also an informal part about it, Come sit down, take a drink, blah, blah, blah. And that is what I implement here. For me, it's important that we do professional work because we are working with the top brands of the world. And these people they pay a lot of money and they expect you to deliver.
Exactly.
They have no time for your excuse. They don't accept your excuse. What I have brought in from my Sint Maarten roots in here is that informal. Be normal. Be yourself. We belch, we fart.
We haven't done it. I haven't experienced it so far today. But I guess if I wait a little longer.
We read each other fulfilled, we under the tree vibe in here. Even though it doesn't look like that.
Right.
But when we communicate with each other, because I find it's important that you be comfortable. Officially, you're supposed to start to work like around 9 o'clock. But me, I tell you, listen, you can come in anytime, as long as you come in before 11:30, it's fine. So you don't feel as though, oh my God, I have to be, on time.
Right.
Whereas in Sint Maarten, we never on, well.
Today, I was late. It's something. I don't know if it's in the water, if it's in the air. Do you have a time they have to leave, or you just accomplish what's on your desk for today?
Leave anywhere between 6 and 6:30. So that you can choose. If your work is finished, you go home. And on Friday, you can choose if you want to come to the office or not. So you have the opportunity to come because everyone has their own key. You can come in. But if you want to work at home, you do it.
Right.
Whenever you want to go on vacation, I never say no to a vacation. So it's about giving the people freedom and relax.
What kind of lifestyle does a model agent be able to afford when you represent the likes of Versace and Dior and Ralph Lauren and Burberry and Ferragamo? And
I'd say the models, they make a lot of money. Of course, we make a commission. For example, if we find like a teenager, of course, the parents have to get consent. But sometimes we find a teenager and he's working at the Albert Heijn, for example, and he's making for the whole month he's working, and then he makes let's say 300 euros. Now, in the fashion industry, you can make that money in an hour. It's not uncommon for a model to make, for example, on a day, 10,000, 9,000, 20,000.
And you're talking euros.
Yeah, our model that will work, for example, 2 days and make 20,000 euros. He commands at least 60,000 euros, for a day or a day and a half, because
What exactly are these people modeling?
they are the face of a brand, and they generate income for the brand. So when people see this face, they buy their stuff. It's not like he's an influencer and he's just a good model. It can afford you a good lifestyle. I do not have a bad lifestyle. The Lord has blessed me, but it did not come easy because I was homeless. When I started this business, I slept on floors. I slept in a room that was literally 3 years in a space that's smaller than the toilets here in my office. Sometimes when I go into my washroom, my washroom is bigger than the room that I slept in for 3 years trying to build this company. I lived on eating, white rice and rookworst, for years.
Yeah.
To this day, I'm still stressing about finance because I keep investing. But the Lord has blessed me to work in this industry. And sometimes I do think to myself, the money that we do charge is a bit ridiculous.
We're going to edit that out. It's never ridiculous.
I want to give this to the students before we close. Is that I never did this job for the money. Granted, I like to make money, and granted, I'm a businessman and I'm an entrepreneur, and I think money is important. But I never did this job for the money. I did it because of my love for creating stuff. For me, what I achieve in this is that when I can find someone on the street and then have a vision and market and brand and teach this person how to be a model, and that person in the end walks a catwalk for a Louis Vuitton. For me, that is what I get from it. That is my fulfilling. So it's not about the money. And I believe if you find something that you can do, that you will do for free, the money is just a plus.
Truer words have never been spoken.
Yeah.
So finishing off this segment, one more question. Is there anything new on the horizon?
I'm working on two things, actually. Well, a few. But one is I'm opening a new business. And again, I'm going to take you guys with me and so you can see my new business that I'm opening. And then I'm also going to open a cafe. That's also for the future. And as far as Brooks Modeling Agency is concerned, we're now busy opening our Milan office. So we already have the bookers there. We're already working in Milan. Beginning of next year, we're going to be officially have Brooks Milan, and we're also busy opening Brooks Madrid, so that's in Spain, and then in the future Brooks Paris. But for now, we have Brooks Amsterdam.
You know what happened? As we taking this initiative of mine on the road and we're in Amsterdam, now we're gonna have to go Milan.
You have to go to
now
Milan.
I have to go Madrid. Oh, God.
Oh, pity! I'm sorry.
But somebody has to do it. Somebody. So for this segment, I'm gonna call it the propeller segment, fast. Just ask you a series of questions and you tell me whatever answer pop in your head. Ready?
Ready.
Best Johnny Cakes in Sint Maarten.
Bunchies on the
Bunchie! TikTok or Instagram Reels?
Instagram.
What Sint Maarten expression or slang do you still use, even here in the Netherlands?
Don't harass me.
Yeah. When you're stuck in life or have to make a difficult decision, what quote do you refer to?
If it's for me, the Lord will guide me. If it's not for me, He will protect me.
If we had to make a movie about your journey up until this moment, what would the name of the movie be?
Little Black Boy. It's a calypso song from Gypsy. He's a famous calypsonian. He wrote a song called Little Black Boy. And that song was on the way to school at M. Genevieve the Weaver. It was playing on cassette. And it's a calypso talking about a little black boy that has to go to school and learn and try to become something in his life. I see myself as a little black boy that came from the ghetto that he spoke about and tried to make something. And is still trying to make something of myself. So Little Black Boy.
If you're remaking it for your life now, because that was Gypsy. Now it's John Brooks, the little black boy that is no longer little black boy. Would that be a soca, zouk, or you going to keep it tradition?
I'm a calypso man. I'll keep the calypso.
Calypso. Team soca and team dancehall.
The son of calypso, which is soca.
Okay. We've been talking a lot about your journey, your story, and it has been a blast to have you here as my guest or vice versa. I'm in your office actually.